Fam, what is going on? Good morning. Could I get a roll tide inside the comment box? What up? It's Kyle Anderson, Bama Football on YouTube. I appreciate you guys being here. Today is October 25th. Today, we're going to go over the final game preview. All right, we're going to ask you, what do you want to see in this game against Missouri? A big opportunity for the Alabama Crimson Tide. As you know, Missouri is banged up. This is a really big opportunity for Alabama to kind of bounce back going into the second half of the season. Going to take your calls right here on Bama Football on YouTube. I appreciate you guys being here. While everybody gets checked in, please let me know where you're watching from inside the comment box. I'm going to go over the game preview, then I'm going to take your calls, and I have something special lined up for you today as well. Okay, so with that said, let's get it popping. All right, I'm feeling good today. I appreciate you guys being here. Kyle Henderson, Bama Football on YouTube. This is from North Alabama Storm Chase. All right, we got the weather report is back in effect for the tailgate. Look at this glorious weekend that the Lord has blessed us with. All right, for the tailgate temperature, you got 78 degrees and the kickoff of 83. All right, and then for the fourth quarter, you got 78. It is going to be an absolutely glorious day in Tuscaloosa. Earl, what's up? Bama Pete, what's going on? Bet James, good morning to everybody. What's up, Austin? Lisa Baker, good morning to you. All right, so we got this weekend, Alabama taking on number 21, Missouri. Missouri 6-1 on the season. All right, so for this game, you got Brady Cook, who is, I guess, doubtful. That's what the injury report says. We're going to go over that in a minute. He has 1,500 yards on the season, 7 touchdowns. The running back also out or doubtful for this game with 503 yards. That's Noel. For the Alabama Crimson Tide, you come in with Jalen Milroe, 1,700 yards, 13 touchdowns on the season, and Jam Miller, who has 63 carries for 402 yards. As you know, Ryan Williams, 31 receptions for 649 yards. Here's my keys to the game when you're going into this. What's up, Jarvis? I appreciate you being here. All right, dominate the game from the jump. Absolutely. Get on top of these guys and never look back. Kind of set the momentum, set the tempo from the jump, right? You want to establish dominance in a game like this. Do it early on in the first opportunities that you have. If you win the coin toss, you elect to receive and you go right down the field and you put it into the end zone. I think that's what the fans want to see. I think they want to see this team be dominant, a team that absolutely comes with it and absolutely just kind of does its thing with the football against Missouri. All right, you got to run the football. All right, we've been talking about this, and I'm not saying like completely go away from the air game. Like, I'm not saying throw it 45. Like, I'm just saying run the football. Like, let Jam eat. All right, look, I get it. Justice needs to be fed too in time, but like for the most part, run the football with Jam. All right, we're not trying to turn this into a 70-30 type team, but like run the football, run the ball. All right. And I think with the heavy ground game, you establish even a more effective passing game. Imagine this. Imagine having to worry about Alabama's run game and having the dangerous quarterback through the deep ball with Jalen. All right. Get Jalen Milroe into a rhythm. Clearly, Coach Kalen DeBoer is riding with him. That is his quarterback. So he's off rhythm. He's in a slump. We've talked about it a million different times. There's speculation that they start. I don't care. Like, whatever it is, get him into a rhythm, right? Get him, whether it's a deep ball, whatever's working for Jalen, like, get him back into the rhythm because there's some pivotal games coming up for the Crimson Tide. Do not get beat. Do not get beat over the top. I cannot stress this enough. We're going to talk about this more in the next couple slides. This is what concerns me the most about pretty much every game now, is them getting beat in the back. And they do. Every single game, Alabama gets beat. The quarterbacks haven't connected. Let me ask you this while we're rolling. More or less, do you think Jam gets more or less than 15 carries? More or less for Jam Miller, 15 carries. While I want him to run more than 15 times, I would say less. Just kind of based off the schematics of how Alabama's had it in the past. Second half adjustments. Look, I would imagine that Alabama's up at halftime by, 10 points, 14 points, whatever it is. Don't be afraid to sit on the ball. Don't be afraid to change things up in the second half and be able to make adjustments on the fly, to maybe sit on the ball. Like, play some of that old school style football where you're like a python and you kind of just wrap your arms around them and you just air it out the game. All right. I don't like the second half adjustments through this part of the season. That is a controllable. You can change those. And don't sleep on this head football coach. Eli Drinkwitz. Like, he's absolutely, he's super talented. He's an up and rising coach. People don't talk about him a lot, but he is very talented. Don't sleep on him. I don't think anybody is. JS Webbs, what's up? Chris from New Jersey, Kevin, Glenn, I appreciate everybody checking in. Here is some rat poison for everybody. Don't eat any of this. This is the rat poison. I think Alabama now up to a 17-point favorite in this game. Right now, Alabama on the matchup predictor, 82%, okay? And the last 5 of each of these teams reads like this. Alabama with a loss against Tennessee, beat South Carolina, lost to Vandy on the other side. Missouri came from behind to beat Auburn, beat UMass, and lost to Texas A&M at Kyle Field. Head-to-head, these are some interesting points. So you look at the total offense, Missouri slightly below on Alabama. The total defense, 59. Total defense for Missouri is number 9. And third down defense is number 9 as well for Missouri. Penalties, 48. And then Alabama penalties, 129 this season, which is absolutely unacceptable. All right, Missouri absolutely banged up. I would imagine that we see Drew Pine starting at quarterback. But I don't know. Maybe they're trying to, get Alabama to buy into the rat poison that Brady Cook won't start. So I don't know. But if this is the quarterback, he'll be the one that operates the offense. He did okay against Auburn, but Brady Cook, if he plays, the guy he's really good. And he has some weapons that he can go to too. So right here in total, 14 players kind of out, questionable going into this game. For the Crimson Tide, you have 3 players that are on the injury list. Red Morgan is probable. Keon Sapp out with the foot. And then Caden Jones out with the undisclosed injury. We talked about this. Is Jalen Milroe injured? He's not listed on the SEC availability report, so it means he's good to go. If he was injured, he would be put on that. Maybe he's a little bit, I don't know, hurt or who knows. Coach Caitlin DeBoer said at this point in time, everybody has something. So that's probably where we are with Jalen Milroe. We look at his grades through the past couple games. You see 60.8, 54.3. Time to get out of that slump going into some pivotal games on the back end. If Alabama is to go with the backup quarterback, the backup is Ty Simpson. The last time we saw him was way back against Wisconsin, where he was 4 of 5 for 30 yards with the longest of 9. Actually, did you know this? Ty Simpson has not thrown a touchdown during his career, right? I found that really interesting. It's not over. You're talking playoffs. Playoffs? Well, it's not. All right. So win this game, you get a lot of momentum. Consider this a bounce back game. So right now, Alabama's still with the 44% chance, according to ESPN, to still make the playoffs, and actually a 67% chance to host a home game in the first round, which would be amazing. I would love that. That would be so amazing. So just win out. I mean, these games are good. This second, look, don't look ahead. But that game against LSU, that scares me here in a couple weeks, okay? Number 19 in the ESPN Power Poll. All right, number 6 overall in the SEC, behind Texas A&M. Again, this is from ESPN. First time since 2006, you have 2 losses before November. As mentioned, 44% chance to still make the playoffs. Have to win out, right? 100% back is against the wall. We know that. Schedule remains Missouri at LSU, Mercer at Oklahoma, and then Auburn in the Iron Bowl, right? That's how things are looking in the power poll. All eyes clearly on Bray Hubbard. Circle him right here in the secondary position, taking over for Keon Sabb. Keon Sabb out with the foot injury, and you look to Bray Hubbard. How is he going to fare in a game like this? Missouri does have some weapons that can stretch the field, so all eyes on Bray Hubbard in the secondary. When you look at Alabama's corners, you got Damani Jackson. He's been targeted 28 times and allowed 11 receptions. You got freshman Xavier Brown has been targeted 22 times, allowing just 8 receptions. I would imagine, and I wouldn't be surprised if you see maybe a Jalen Mbakwe at the safety position at some point. I don't know. Coach Caitlin DeBoer talked about cross-training, so it's something that I am watching. Coverage grades by player. So we'll go start on the left. Players over 100 snaps. Malachi in coverage, 84.5. Devontae Smith, 71.0. And when you look to the box on the right, in coverage under 100 snaps, there's Jalen, Bray, Deshaun Jones, and King Mack. So those guys on the right, those guys are probably, if they get opportunities on the field, that is who Missouri is going to target. All right. Here's coverage grades by game this season. You see in the games that they have lost, the coverage grades are under 55, right? Against Tennessee, against Vanderbilt. So I don't, one thing is definitely connected to the other, in my opinion. I think the coverage grades for Alabama they haven't been what we wanted to see, and we knew it was going to be. Yes, Greg, I'm going to take calls in about 2 minutes. I'm just running through my opening preview. Yeah, but I appreciate it. Yeah, I'll take some calls in just a minute. Here's a look at the AP Top 25 going into this weekend. As you saw, Pittsburgh played last night and beat up on Syracuse. Syracuse quarterback Kyle McCord uncharacteristically had 5 interceptions last night. What was it, 3 that were returned for touchdowns? Oregon, Georgia, Penn State, Ohio State, and Texas traveling to Vanderbilt round out the top 5. Here's a look at the SEC right here going into this weekend. Texas A&M and LSU playing a marquee matchup at Kyle Field. Got 120 on. If you can hit the thumbs up, I appreciate it. Thank you very much for being here to everybody in the undefeated. And just about to take some calls in just a few minutes. Here's a look at the SEC. You got Ole Miss hosting Oklahoma, where they are a 20-point favorite. You got Arkansas traveling to Mississippi State. Missouri on the road taking on the Crimson Tide. Texas travels to Nash Vegas to take on Vanderbilt. LSU on the road to take on Texas A&M, where Texas A&M is a 2.5-point favorite. And Auburn looking for its first win, traveling to Lexington to take on the Kentucky Wildcats. In Big 12 action, you got BYU taking on UCF. BYU is currently undefeated on the season. There at the bottom, you got Cincinnati taking on the 5-2 Colorado Buffaloes. Last night, we saw Pittsburgh beat Syracuse. So Pittsburgh, I think, has Pittsburgh lost a game? I think they might have. So anyways, led by former quarterback Eli Holstein, right? Eli Holstein had a really good game yesterday against Syracuse. And you have Louisville taking on Boston College. That game is tonight. There at the bottom, you got Florida State taking on Miami. Miami favored by 3 touchdowns in that one, and you got SMU taking on Duke. In the Big Ten, you have Rutgers taking on USC. That game is tonight. You got Nebraska at Ohio State. There's not a lot of upsets that I'm really watching. There at the bottom, you got Penn State on the road going to Madison to take on Wisconsin, and then Michigan State taking on Michigan. All right. So with that said, I'm gonna take some calls. I appreciate you guys being here. Kyle Henderson, Bama Football on YouTube. As I mentioned, look, I have something planned yesterday. All right, and you guys know this. From time to time, I will jump on the sticks. All right, the sticks means NCAA football. So yesterday, I fired up the game and I played. And I don't often play video games. Like I never do. Honestly, never. But have the game. I played it. I recorded it. I'm going to have the game playing on the side, all right, as I take calls. So I'm telling you, it was I'll let you guys watch. But here's the game. I'll bring it up on the screen. I'm going to turn the volume down as I take the calls. Plus, I think I had a couple profanities in there from time to time. So here's the game as it's playing, and I'm going to take some calls right here on Bama Football on YouTube. I appreciate you guys being here. Thank you so much for joining me. And the game will be playing here. I'll just kind of turn it up.
Many claim that this city lives thanks to the Alabama Crimson Tide. Today, a top 25 matchup.
All right, so I will have so I played this game yesterday against Missouri. So this is my game plan, my gameplay against the Missouri Tigers, okay? So you get to see how I run my offense and get to see the defense. With that said, give me 1 second. Let me fire up the call-in line, and we'll be back like in just 2 seconds. I'll take your calls. Get ready to call in. Just got disconnected for just 2 seconds. Be right back.
Thank you for calling Kyle Henderson Call-In Show. Caller ID authorized as a host. Welcome, host. You are now in the host room and can manage your callers from the call-in studio web interface.
All right, call line is now open. My bad. I had to kind of do some resets. So, you guys ready? All right, here's Missouri, their first offensive possession. All right, I'm going to take calls in 2 seconds. Yikes. All right, here we go. First call, we'll take it now. And it looks like we got Angel calling in from Pigeon Forge. Angel, what's up, man? Angel, what's up, man?
Kyle?
I appreciate you calling in, man.
Yes, I'm very excited for this week, especially playing a good team in Missouri. And I really do believe that injuries do not matter, because what we saw against Tennessee last week, and they had a lot of injuries too, and they still won the game. And it's heartbreaking for Keon Sept to apparently have a broken foot or something, which is very sad because our safety position is really, really thin right now. But I really do believe Alabama does win this game against Missouri. And, with Missouri's, offensive coordinator knowing, Kalen DeBoer. And I do believe these two teams have very similar offense and defensive schemes. Because, like I said, Kane has worked with, Kirby Moore and also, Kalen DeBoer with Fresno State. And, look, Brady Cook is going to play in this game. I really expect that to happen because, there's two different types of injuries. You're either hurt or you're injured. And right now he's hurt, but I really do see Alabama need to get this game win because we get LSU after the bye week, and I really do believe Alabama will get this win because we have to because we got no choice. And I tried calling Coach DeBoer the other day too as well.
Oh, so wait, Angel.
He didn't take my call at all.
Well, Angel, before we get to it, let me preference this. So Angel from Pigeon Forge is on the line right now. All right, now as you see, Missouri just working down the field on my defense. I'm about to put it in the end zone here in a second. But Angel tried to call. He's been calling the coaches show. They've taken his call before. During Wednesday night's Hey Coach show, they only took one call. So give us the experience. Like, why didn't they take a call? Like, kind of walk us through it. Like, what was the experience?
I kind of felt heartbroken too because I wanted to ask him a serious question about the game, whatever, and how we're going to stop this offense in Missouri, and he didn't really answer my question because the call-in line too, it's hard to get in the line too sometimes because I don't know, man. I feel like I got shut out, man. Like I feel like he didn't answer any question either at the Ballheimer Sports Grill as well. He didn't answer any question. He had the birthday party, and that's about it. Which I can understand if you got so much criticism, like your back right now is on fire because you're on the hot seat apparently for the fans. Because Alabama is a high place for high expectations to win games, and losing to Vanderbilt and Tennessee is not going to be a good light. You're going to be in because there's a lot of people out there that are not happy with the way he coached in performance against both teams in Tennessee, and and Tennessee owns Alabama this year. And it just felt frustrating, But back to the Missouri now, I really do think this game will be low scoring, probably like in the 20s or maybe the 30s. It's not going to be a high scoring game. It's going to be a defensive battle. And Brady Cook, he might have some good passes, but I'm not really sold on Brady Cook winning this game because right now he's injured. So that's that. But my final score prediction is going to be probably like 30-25.
30-25. And then what about your MVP? And watch this run right here by Jan Miller. I like to feed my running backs. What about your MVP?
To be honest with you, on offense, I need to see Jan Miller or Justice Haynes, get the ball more. Because when I see Justice Haynes the other day on Instagram, he was more worried about his fit than his game. I'm like, bro, you got 2 losses, man. You barely have any yards. You gotta work your tail off because that's what pissed me off the most. These players are like not taking it seriously when you should be. But I think Jan Miller or Justice Haynes will show up in this game, and Jalen, he's got to do better. That's all I can say about Jalen. But hey, look, I know you got more people on the line.
I appreciate it, man. Thanks for calling in, Angel.
Roll Tide, man.
All right.
Roll Tide, man.
All right, take it easy. All right, Angel calling out on Pigeon Forge. By the way, I'm streaming. This was the game that I honestly played yesterday, so you're watching me stream this game right here on Bama Football on YouTube. So I have the game. I don't play often. This is just, I literally got on the sticks yesterday. I had a little bit of time. I do like to run the football, okay? But as you'll see, as this game goes forward, kind of, the outcome of it, and we'll continue to play it as we, go forward with the show. On the line next, we got 251. Hey, what's going on? Who am I on line with, and where are you calling in from?
Hey, what's up, Kyle? This is David from Gulf Shores. How are you?
Hey, David, what's going on? I appreciate you calling in. Good morning to you. Welcome to the show.
Thank you. To be honest with you, this game tomorrow feels like a 27-21 game.
27-21.
Because honestly, think about this. As questionable as Alabama's secondary has been, we had the same questions about Georgia's secondary, and then they went and made Texas look pedestrian at best. So, this sport is so week to week where a questionable secondary can turn into an elite unit in a week.
Yeah.
As far as MVPs go, I need to see more running back involvement. So I think Jam Miller is going to be the MVP on offense. As far as defense, to be honest with you, I have no idea. So, because the defense certainly needs to step up a lot more. And I know I'm saying a bunch of obvious stuff here.
No. How do you feel about, Bray Hubbard is a name that we've kind of circled in terms of a name that we're watching in the secondary. That's an area of concern for me. He's been targeted 5 times. He's allowed 4 receptions. He does have a presence to bring the wood. I think he's a hard hitter. Curious to see if Missouri's targets him in this game. Go ahead, David.
I think because he doesn't have a ton of experience, I think they're going to go after him, to be honest with you.
Yeah.
And if Kane Womack puts him on someone like Luther Burton or receiver that can cook you, then you can just call Kane Womack incompetent at best. And that's my fear, is that they're going to put an inexperienced corner on Luther Burton, and that's going to be Missouri's entire offense tomorrow.
Yeah. Yeah, it is.
So,
it is.
and one last thing.
Go ahead. Yep.
One last thing. I don't understand why the offense isn't getting more out of the backfield passes to Jam Miller, especially. I don't know if you've noticed that. They don't use their running backs out of the backfield all that much. I feel like with Jam Miller's speed, that can add another element to the offense.
Yeah, I appreciate the call, David. Yeah, thank you so much, man. Yeah, have a good day down in Gulf Shores. I'm sure it's beautiful down there, and call again next time.
All right. Thank you, Kyle.
Yep, absolutely, man. David down in Gulf Shores. This is call-in show, so I appreciate you calling in. You can definitely hit on some topics, but give me a score prediction, kind of what you're looking for in this game, MVP, if you will. There's a quarterback sack right there. Finally got some pressure on him. But watch this. This is 3rd and 20. Chris from New Jersey is up next. So this is a game that I streamed yesterday. I don't play these video games at all. I literally just, my life doesn't have time for it. Plus I'd rather be working than like playing video games. It's just how I operate. But I'm telling you, this team on 3rd downs absolutely ate me up yesterday. We got a punt return right here. Chris from New Jersey up next. Chris, what's up, man? Welcome to the show.
Kyle, happy Friday.
Happy Friday, man.
Hey, I want to be on record with you and the undefeated. This is going to be officially my shortest call we've ever had. So here we go. Score prediction. Win. Just win, baby. Just win. MVP. Milrow's going to have the bounce back game of the season. Lead us to victory. I look forward to seeing you for the watch party tomorrow. I hope the wardrobe is sweet. I hope you have something on the side for a change-up just in case we need it for bad juju. And so that's my call. Quick out. So have a great Friday. Roll Tide.
All right, roll tide to you. Thanks for the call, Chris. Chris out in New Jersey with the call, short and sweet. You know, look. I think you got to have, when you call into the show, don't read the comment box about what people might say about you or whatever. Like, Chris got some feedback. People get feedback on the line. Block it out. Have that psychological disposition to be yourself when you call in. So if you have something to say, say it. If you want to go, don't, trust me. I will ask you politely to that it's time. I might play some music that it's time to, kind of quiet. But if you're I'll let you go with it. Don't have self-confidence when you call in, right? Be yourself. Come as you are, honestly. Come as you are. Say what you want to say, and we move forward, all right? This is a score prediction show. Give me a score prediction. Give me an MVP. It's Friday. Let your hair down, all right? So we go back line. It's 7-7 down here, by the way. Trying to get something going. Here I'm forcing the ball to Ryan Williams. It is 7-7. I'm going to have to punt on this one, and it's a tight game down here in Tuscaloosa. All right, 704, what's up? Who am I on the line with and where are you calling in from?
Hey, Kyle. It's Kevin. How are you, man?
Kevin, what's up, man?
From Charlotte.
Kevin from Charlotte, man. I appreciate you. What's up, Kevin?
Not much. Hey, listen, I'll make this short, too, like Chris did. I've been commenting this past week that until this team starts playing some complementary football, it's going to be frustrating for all of us to watch them play every week. They look disjointed at times. It could be growing pains for the coaching staff, as well as growing pains for the players, getting used to a new growing coaching staff and system.
Yep.
I don't know. That's just my opinion. That's just what I see. But they just look very disjointed to me. And I think we just need to hold tight, right? Because I think it'll all come out in the wash in the end. And I think after, I'm worried about the LSU game like everybody else is, but I think if we have a good showing in that game, I think would be good. My prediction for tomorrow, I think it's going to be somewhere in the area of the Wisconsin game, in the 43-10, 40-17, something like that. And I think Miller's going to have a breakout game. He's my MVP.
You got Kevin with Milroe as the MVP. I've said this many different times. It doesn't take Alabama a long time to lose momentum, and it doesn't take long for them to gain momentum. And I think a game like this, if you play 4 quarters of football, you just win this football game right here. You get a lot of momentum going into an open week, right? And then you go into that LSU game, which will be absolutely pivotal, and you come out, you do your thing, and you take care of business. And you're really right back in the fold because you look at the last 3. That was scary right there. I just allowed a deep ball for a touchdown, Kevin, and now the score is 14-7 Missouri. The game's realistic. Yeah, but like I was saying, you go in because these, not trying to look ahead, but these 2 games, coming up next, a great turning point for Alabama. So, clearly they got the guys. And look, Jalen, he's so explosive. If he has a really good game, I think he carries that on into LSU. It's just that game it scares the living daylights out of me. But anyways, anything else you want to hit on, Kevin?
Yeah, one thing, living here in Charlotte, we've got the Panthers right down the street here. And one of the things I think that everybody has seen with Bryce is that, he's gotten into his own head. And it looks like that he's a little, I hate to use this term, but gun shy. And it looks like that maybe what's happening to Milroe. I don't know what it is. I don't know if it was, the way the second half of the Georgia game turned out or the way the Vandy game turned out. But it looks like he's been forcing the ball. He looks like he's in his own head, and he's lost that confidence that I think we saw, especially in that first half of the Georgia game. I mean, he was on fire.
Yeah.
That's why I'm hoping that he gets out of his head. And he has a good week this week, and because he's going to need it. Like you said, we need some momentum going into the LSU game, and then I think that if we win that LSU game, not to look too far ahead, but hopefully that'll carry us into the back half of the season. Who knows? We'll see, right?
Yep. All right. Well, I appreciate the call, Kevin. Thank you so much for joining us today.
You got it, man. Take care.
All right, man. Take it easy. All right,
Okay.
Kevin out in Charlotte. Yeah, that's an interesting one. I did see that Bryce is getting the start this weekend for the Panthers. And I think if there was a time for, this will be the interesting thing too, is like if you were a player on Alabama's team, this would be the time to like not listen to anything, like to block out the noise and literally just focus on this. No social media, not listening to, who's been really riding Alabama, and it's been interesting. We got 850 and 813 next. Former players of Alabama have been absolutely so critical of his team. So one is we saw AJ McCarron talking about like the TikTok and stuff like this, and then we saw who's been coming after them is Damian Harris, former running back, and people have been saying, because he's been very open about the way that this is, the standards, not this and that. He's been absolutely going after them. So you got to block it out, stay together as a team. We go back to the phone lines, and I'm about to punt the ball down here unless I throw. I can't remember what I do right here. 850, you're up next. Who am I on the line with, or where are you calling in from?
Oh, this is Owen.
Oh, what's up, man? Where are you calling in from, bro?
Daphne right now.
All right, man. What's up? Come with it, man.
Well, you kind of hit on a little bit of it with the players coming in and commenting, because that's usually my resource I go to for my emotions. After, I've watched football for over 30. I'm 43 years old, so I've been through the ringer. And I feel like an emotional connection to the team, watching them, looking for little things that, you're used to seeing as a Bama fan. And then I'll go Sunday, Monday, listen to like Roman Harper, some of the other players who's really got their ear to the ground, tell you what they're seeing, just to kind of confirm it.
Mm-hmm.
And the common denominator that I'm hearing and seeing, that we're all seeing, is there is no discipline.
Mm-hmm.
There is absolutely zero discipline. All the problems starts right there. And how they can lose all that in just not even a season yet. Saban ain't been gone but a year, not even a year.
Yep.
And how he was there to coach most of the players.
Mm-hmm.
So how do you lose all that in just one off season?
Mm-hmm.
And I don't want to blame Kalen DeBoer, but it is exactly what I commented yesterday on your post about the strict parent leaves the house, and the fun parent stays behind. What happens? The house gets tore apart.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And that's what's happened with that program. They've come in, they wanted to be friends with them, and it has blown up in their face. This is why Coach Saban didn't let the coordinators talk to the media and the players. He was strict. And the one thing I noticed is he has really good results. And now we're seeing the results of doing it this way. So my prayer is Kalen DeBoer takes the gloves off and approaches it a little bit more like Saban did. But I think that's the only thing that's going to save him. Is him coming in, slamming the table, whatever, getting their attention, and saying, all right, it stops.
Mm-hmm.
I gave you guys a long leash, and you burned it.
Yeah.
So I would start putting some restrictions back on the players.
Yeah.
And one thing I haven't heard other than the Tyler Booker getting on the players.
Yeah.
Where's this player accountability that we used to see with the Saban players when they were kind of down and out? You always heard about that team meeting.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Where's that at?
Yeah, I haven't. That's an interesting. I was thinking about that too. Like, because usually after a game like this, you would, or like kind of like where things were with Alabama, you would hear like this player meeting and that these guys were absolutely dialed in. We really haven't heard that. Yeah, that was an interesting. I was thinking about that too. Go ahead, Owen. Continue, man.
Oh, that was it, man. I'll let the next caller come in. But here's the big thing that is really resonating with me. Is the offensive line and the blocking. Everybody knows it starts in the trenches. Everything you're going to do, no matter what kind of style offense you're running, it starts with blocking.
Yeah.
And you can tell the running backs are scared to hit the gap, and Milroe is running for his life. Those are not designed bootlegs and run. He's nervous. And that's why he's throwing a lot of bad passes, because he's worried about what's coming behind him. And that's why he's running out when I don't think they're designed rolled out plays. He's just like, oh, I got to go. And he didn't have to sometimes. He wasn't playing like that last year, scared in the pocket. You can tell he's playing scared in the pocket this year. and that starts with coaching. Again, coaching. I would pull the coordinators and be like, you don't get to talk to the media no more until you fix this team. He's going to have to pull the reins in and tighten up the ship. And it's going to have to start from the top. If they don't see the coaches getting held accountable, why should the players?
No.
They're kids. They need to see accountability. They need to see examples. If you turn them loose, especially now with the money that they have, that's a formula for, what's the word I'm looking for? Just not a really good structure, a foundation.
I think it's a
People
word
just
for
run
like,
around with money.
I think it's a word of like, you've kind of already been paid before you've shown the results, right? And it also shows entitlement too. It's like when you're kind of, that's why I'm always against like, look, those of you that are out on salary, I commend you for it. But like for me, not being on salary has always made me more hungry because you have to work for like every single day is go to work. Right. And like that mentality, I think, should be carried out into the football field. That's why I feel like NIL, in my opinion, like the players should 1,000,000% be paid, but it should be incentivized. Right. End of the season, based off your production, let's sit down and talk about numbers or whatever before you even get here. Freshmen, yeah, we're going to give you this to sign here. But look, we're not going to give you the entire run of the mill until you prove yourself. Ryan Williams, he's proven himself, right? I can't even imagine trying to re-recruit that guy after the season. It's going to be done. But, yeah, I get what you're saying. Oh, and I appreciate you calling in, man. Thank you so much for joining us, and call back again next time, man.
Thanks, bro.
All right, man. Take it easy. All right, that was Owen, and that's a Alabama touchdown right there on the screen inside the red zone to Justice Haynes. Missouri right now leading 21-13. See if I can make a comeback in this game that I played yesterday right here on NCAA 2025. I used to play this game back when I was younger. Now I'm 40. Like I got tons of responsibility. All this sort of stuff that comes with life, which is amazing. I love it. But I played this game yesterday and down 21-14. A minute 03 in the third quarter. This is a score prediction show. We're taking scores. We're watching some football. 813, you're up. Hey, good morning. You're on the line with Kyle Henderson. Who am I on the line with, and where are you calling in from?
Hey, what's up, Kyle? It's Case.
Case, what's up? Case, what's up, man? Good to hear from you, brother. You guys doing okay down there?
Yeah, we're doing good, brother. I'm getting over being sick after working about a week for the storm repair and everything like that.
Yeah.
Truthfully, though, I think the thing that made me sick was the loss against Tennessee, though. I mean, I instantly got sick after that.
Yeah, I think a lot of people clearly did, still trying to get past that game. So we got Case in, calling from Tampa. Props to Case. I believe he works in like the power industry, right? So you're helping like people get lights back on and stuff like that down in the area, right?
Yeah, absolutely. We're out of FPL, so it's everywhere from Bradenton, Sarasota, all the way down Venice, Santa Maria, Siesta Key, everywhere you can think of, man.
Give us the short, skinny. Are we making some progress down there? Are things? I mean, how are things kind of looking?
I mean, as far as inland, most of it's back up running.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, most people have to get their own, repairs for electrical stuff and equipment like that. But most of the damage is on the island and where the stuff made landfall.
Gotcha.
Places like Gasparilla Island, Siesta Key, Anna Maria Island, and a little bit more south towards, Fort Myers and stuff like that. Over on the beaches and on the coastal side. But everything inland, Sarasota, there's still a little bit of damage, but most people and customers are back in store and everything like that. Everything should be safe.
All right, cool. Thanks for the update, Case. I really appreciate that. This is an area that I absolutely love. So thoughts and prayers to those that are still dealing with stuff. Sometimes when the news stops talking about it, doesn't mean that it's over. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's going to take a long time for a lot of people to get back on their feet. So Case in from Tampa, man. Welcome to the show, man. We appreciate you being here.
Appreciate it, brother. My score prediction is if everything goes right and we're playing good, I think it'll be 31-17. I think we'll take care of them. Missouri's a good team. I always say since the beginning of the year, I said don't sleep on Missouri. But we have all the talent. We know it, just like Owen. Owen on that last call made great points about coaching and discipline.
Yeah.
And I've said it. And after the Tennessee loss, we have all the talent. We saw how much talent we have when we played Georgia. But we saw a little bit of shakiness in the second half, and in the next second half, and the whole game against Vanderbilt and Tennessee. We have all the talent, but no discipline.
Yeah.
And that's the part. And if you look at Kalen DeBoer, I don't think it's on Kalen DeBoer. I think it's between staff and players themselves. Because if you look at Kalen DeBoer at Washington, you know, they didn't have a full team of 4 and 5 stars. They were 3-star, mostly 3 stars, and maybe a couple 4 stars. When they were at Washington with Kalen DeBoer, they were coming to work every single day and putting 100% into it. They were fully disciplined. They knew what they needed to get done, and they were trying to defy everybody. You know, they went in and played Oregon as underdogs and beat them both times in close games, be it, but they had what it took, and they went all the way to the national championship and fell short. Beat Texas, the team that beat Alabama at home. So I don't think it's on Kalen DeBoer. And the other thing is that's driving me crazy is the people that are giving up on Jalen Milroe. I mean, I get it. I get it. You can't go out like that when we're against Tennessee, and he throws an interception, and he threw an interception in the end zone. But people see the loss against Vanderbilt, and they see the loss against Tennessee, and that was enough to just throw them over the edge and say, abandon ship, put Ty Simpson in. Jalen Milroe is the most talented quarterback in college football right now, but we're not able to use him as a weapon. He wasn't running the ball. We weren't able to distribute the ball. Against early in South Carolina and against Georgia, we were distributing the ball to like 11 different people, but we were only targeting Ryan Williams in the game. I'm not sure why, but no, like I said, we have all this talent. We just need the discipline. I will commend the defense against Tennessee. We gave our offense 3 turnovers, and we weren't able to capitalize off of it. That's really where the loss came in. The defense played much better. I still hate the defensive scheme. I'm not sold on it. I wasn't sold on it at the beginning of the year with the swarm D. I mean, when have you ever seen Alabama been one of the least blitzing teams in college football? It just doesn't even sound real to say. But it's just there's a lot to rant about, but there's still a lot to be hopeful about. Everybody always has high expectations. I do for Alabama, but it's shaky at this point. It's on the staff, it's on the players, and it's on the discipline on what they want to achieve. It reminds me of I think it was the 2014 season when we had a loss against Ole Miss, and it was maybe I think it was 2014. This is pre playoff, so this was BCS still, and we had one loss. And there was another team in a different conference. I think it was like, I don't even know, Kansas State or something, or Oklahoma State. I don't even know. They were undefeated, and they were almost a lock-in to get into the BCS National Championship. And Alabama hadn't even finished their season yet. But all the players, I think it was a Friday night game for the one of the other teams out of conference, and all the Alabama players were watching this game because they knew if that team lost, they were kind of a shoo-in to get into to the national championship. And when that team lost on an upset, Alabama all these players were celebrating because they just automatically assumed they were going to get in. And Nick Saban came in and told them, "You guys hadn't won shit yet. You guys still got to play a game tomorrow. You know, why are you guys sitting here celebrating and we haven't even won our game?" And that, it's where your headspace is at. And I think we've got a lot of young talent, a lot of instant gratification, a lot of NIL. I'm not a fan of NIL either. I'm very old school when it comes to football and college football. I think NIL is killing college football, unfortunately. But regardless, I could rant and go on and on, but my score prediction, 31-17 if everything goes right. I pray to God we run the ball more. I don't know why we're not trying to get Jam Miller and hit him. I mean, the guy is just electric. If you can just get the run game going, it makes the game way more dynamic. And I'm excited to see where the season goes. Hopefully we win out, and so does LSU at the same time, and then we beat them, so it puts us back in that top 12. I'd like to see us make the playoffs, but we'll see how the rest of the season goes. But regardless, I'm never counting Jalen Milroe out. He's my guy, and I'm always rolling with the Tide.
I appreciate it. Yeah, thank you so much, Case. Appreciate it, man. All right, that was Case down in Tampa. I'm glad things are going well. Got a 609, a 469, and a 205 coming next. So what you're watching right here is I'm streaming the game. So and I did this yesterday. So it's 28-21. All right, piping a little bit of sound for you. Okay, this is a critical drive for me. I'll get back to our callers in just a second. I didn't expect this to be a shootout with Missouri. It is what it is. I mean, they were obviously beating me over the top. So here I come, backs against the wall. I have a minute 28 to go in this game. Look, I'm not a streamer. I do not I play every once in a while. I haven't played in a long time. Offensive line jumping off sides. It looks almost like realistic. I'm not trying to give you anxiety. It's just like this is what happened to me yesterday when I played this game against Missouri. So let's see what happens. It is 28-21. I'm playing on All-American, too, if you're wondering, which is hard for me anyway. I know. Credit to those of you that can play on Heisman. So here we are. I'll take my next caller in just a second. This is a critical drive, obviously. So it is now 2nd and 15. There, it is 28-21 at this point in time. Missouri is leading. No, I have nothing to look. I just played the game. I'm not trying to jinx anybody. It's just this game's hard. This is why, if you remembered when I streamed these games, every single game for me was like down to the wire. Here I am trying to force something. I thought I had it open to Ryan. Get to my caller in just a second. Thanks for calling in. I appreciate you guys joining me on the call-in show. 609. I'll be right with you after this 3rd and 15 that I have. This is the part that I was honestly. I don't really stress when I'm playing these games, but I knew I was like, I want to put it online for people to watch tomorrow. So I was like, all right, what can I do here? I was like, oh my goodness, it's 28-21. So play clock going down, 15, 14. I started calling an audible. I wanted a different play. I'm not sure what I'm going to do at this point. I need something that's clearly going to give me a first down. It's a 2-play drive, right? Backs against the wall. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to look for Jeremy Bernard. I saw even in double coverage, I'm still going to thread it. Boom, here we go. Yo, you can hear me. I'm like, all right. So we're back tied. All right. So phone lines back open. 609. We take it. Welcome to the show. Who am I on line with and where are you calling in from?
Kyle.
What's up, man? Who is it?
Touchdown.
Who is this?
It's Bama Mike from New Jersey.
Bama Mike, what's up, man? I just threw a touchdown. It's 28-28. Bama Mike from New Jersey, man. What's up, man? Thanks for calling in.
I know. That was a nice play there. Nice play. Good call. All right. So my score prediction is going to be 28-17. Bama win. My MVP is Kalen DeBoer.
Okay. I like that.
Kalen DeBoer. He needs to get these guys to play as a team. This team has to unify. Okay? I was always 4 + 2 + 6 or whatever we did.
Yeah.
No more. We are fractured. Okay? We are emotionally on the downturn. This Bama nation, I call it, we're in recovery. We are in recovery. We are hurt. I am hurt. I am hurt seeing what's happening to our beloved team and our soul, if that makes sense. I don't know. Maybe I'm speaking for others, but for me, yeah. And I just can't take it. I don't like what I'm seeing. So, but we have to man up. We have to man up. If we don't win this game, the wheels are going to fall off.
Yo.
Even more than they are.
Yeah, I agree. It's absolutely critical game against Missouri. 100%. Go ahead, continue.
Right now, because we are hurt. And when people or human beings are hurt or become defensive, we lash out, and that's what you're seeing.
Mm-hmm.
You're going to see what we're seeing is we're hurt. Okay, we're gonna criticize everything and everything. And being from New Jersey, and being an Eagles fan and a Phillies fan, when you lose momentum, you can't get it back. It is. My Eagles were 10-1 last year and just collapsed. My Phillies were the best team in the first half, collapsed. I'm afraid we cannot just turn the switch on and then we are playing team ball. That's what I'm afraid of here. And so talent don't mean anything to me. Yeah. Hard work and what the past two callers made great points, right? It all starts. You need strictness. You need discipline. Okay. And the last caller, Case, great guy. Love him. Love everybody here. Mm-hmm. But the 2-3 stars will unify. They're not promised the NFL. You come to Bama, you're going to the NFL most likely. You're already there, halfway there. The door is wide open.
Yeah.
You go to Washington, Indiana, where he came from, 2-3 stars are bleeding on every play. Bleeding on every play, every game, because nothing is guaranteed, so they have to unify.
Mm. No.
If you understand what my logic here. So I just hope that these fellas, this team, can unify and play smart, play hard. Because if you unify, you care for everybody, and you're a team, it'll show on the field for me. Okay? If you play well, you fight, you don't make stupid mistakes, you're into the game, you have concentration,
yep.
You know your responsibilities. You know, and you got to know when the bell rings, it's time. It's time. So,
all right, Bama Mike, give me a quick score prediction and MVP. I got to move to the next caller. I appreciate you, Bama Mike. Give me a score prediction and MVP.
28-17, and I'm going to call the MVP the whole Alabama team.
All right. Appreciate it, Bama Mike. Thanks for calling in, brother. All right. Bama Mike in with the call from New Jersey. He's got Bama winning. All right. What you're seeing right here is Bama taking the lead. Yo, by the way, it was terrible clock management by your boy Kyle Henderson right there. I should have I didn't manage the time well. I've been known to do that on the game. If you saw me stream the game, I mismanaged the clock in the national championship when I streamed and I played Oregon, okay? So I mismanaged it. I took the game into overtime. I didn't want it to go into overtime. There I am running the ball into the end zone. So you got 35-28. This is still the first overtime. And notice I just said first overtime, okay? So I couldn't stop this quarterback. Now, Brady Cook on this game absolutely shredded me. You notice the time possession. They had the time of possession. I didn't know what to do. I couldn't stop him. I tried to play defense. I put Bray Hubbard in, and the game has Keon Keeley starting, but I literally could not stop this quarterback. Every single opportunity that he had to throw, he made throws again and again and again. I'll get my next caller in just a second. Let me get through this next play. So as you see this guy, he's going to dump it out of the outside. And I think they got like a 2nd and 15. At this point, I'm stressing. Bama Hater, what's up? I see you inside the comment box, man. You got this game is as exciting as your Miami games every single weekend, right? So here we go. He's going to throw it out of bounds. You get a 3rd and 15. So I'm thinking right here, we hold him, we win the game. Well, you're going to see what happens on this next play. Again, Brady Cook magic. Don't be listening to the callers. What's up? I'm not that guy. I appreciate you being here. All right, so he gets it. Time to throw, pinpoint accuracy. We go into another overtime. We take another caller, 469. Hey, what's going on? You're on the line with Kyle Henderson. Who am I on the line with and where are you calling in from?
Hey, this is Quincy, Kyle.
Quincy, what's up, man? I appreciate you calling in. I'm about to go in the second overtime, okay? So let me set the script real quick. So Missouri's going to get Missouri's going to get the football back right here. And I'll give you kind of skinny. I get the ball last, so you guys can watch how the game ends. And this is how I would manage it. But anyways, Quincy, welcome to the show, man. It's getting hot on the game. And go ahead, Quincy. Welcome on in.
Man, I am tired of the excuses, man. No one is criticizing Miros. We just talking about what we see on the field. Once you consistently seeing things from a person on the quarterback, that's just who you are. Sorry. No one's out the Miros bandwagon. I want him to play great. But once you still seeing the same thing over and over, that's just who you are. Missing checkdowns. Throwing to one wide receiver over and over. Running the ball. You got your running backs in there blocking for you to run the ball. And he said on the interview he run the ball when he want to run the ball. That's what he said. So my thing is, why are the coaches not changing the plays or calling run plays to run the ball between tackles? I heard someone say, I think there might have been 3 callers ahead. So our running backs just not, they just can't run the ball. I heard a commentator say it on the game last week. Well, they don't have those running backs that can run the ball like that. No, we do have running backs that can run the ball like that. We just not consistently run the ball.
Mm-hmm.
So I am so sick of hearing that, because I seen your Jam Miller's when you had his run graph on there.
Yep.
He's running the ball between the tackles.
Yeah.
He's a physical runner.
Mm-hmm.
He can hit you to the outside. Both backs can hit you to the outside. It's just that Jam just run a little harder than what Hayes run. And I'm sorry, he just do. Another thing, man, you gotta remember who the coach is. The boy came from Washington. He didn't run the ball over there. He had 3 NFL wide receivers they was throwing the ball to. So when you come over here, you got to run the ball. This is SEC football.
Yeah. Yep.
This is not Pac-12. You're not playing against USC. You're not playing against Oregon. You got to get dirty in the trenches and run the ball. You can't bring that passing offense over here, especially when you only targeting one wide receiver. If you run the ball between the tackles, that bring your linebackers up and that open up your passing game. Another thing, Monroe has got to do checkdowns, and he cannot hold the ball that long. I see him take sacks and lose yards. Just throw the ball out of bounds if it's not there. So I'm trying to figure out what exactly are they coaching and what are they changing there? Is it the players or is it the coaches? My score is going to be 35-7 Bama, because Missouri has too many people hurt. But I fear for LSU and Texas A&M. And that's all I got to say, Cal.
All right. Appreciate the call, Quincy. Thanks for calling in, man. Appreciate you. All right. That was Quincy with the 469. I appreciate it. Yo, the game. Look, did I mismanage in the possession before overtime? Hell yeah, I did. But I was able to battle back and win this game against Missouri. I didn't like it either, all right? But here's kind of some of the stats from this game that I played. As you can see, look, the offense, I still had 433 rushing yards. What did I have rushing? I love to rush the football, as I told you. So rushing yards, I had 20 carries for 155. In passing yards, I had 278. So good distribution. And that's how I kind of like to, it's kind of like a balanced approach that I like to have. Milroe, 10 of 18, 4 touchdowns, no interceptions on the game. And then, rushing the football, I had Jam going for 12 for 113. It was stressful. I'll play the ending of it again. Let me take another call from the 205. I appreciate you calling in. Who am I on line with and where are you calling in from?
This is Bama Greg. What's going on, man?
Bama Greg, what's up, man? Welcome to the show. Come with it, man.
Okay. 2 things, and I was just going to get y'all's opinion on this. what? Okay, if we come out and first of all, I was a receiver in high school, and there's nothing worse than a quarterback that doesn't hit you in stride or throws behind you and has the ball high, so your ribs get killed. You know, an accurate quarterback is a receiver's best friend, and they love you for it. And so what's been bothering me is Jalen's accuracy, and I was wondering. I love his athleticism. I think the first few games he was accurate. He was hitting them in stride. He was not. I don't know whatever happened, but this is just a thing I was thinking of. Why not put Ty Simpson and Jalen Milroe in the backfield? Let them guess who's getting the ball. Ty's a good enough athlete that he can run a wheel route, or Jalen run the wheel route, and then have them all flip. Man, can you imagine us coming out in the second half with both of them in the backfield? And then my second thing was going to be on defense. I don't see an alpha male on defense like a Reuben Foster or Rolo. Nobody that will hold our defense accountable and snatch somebody up and say, look, if you can't cover your man, get your A double, on the sideline, and we'll get somebody out here who can, or if you can't complete your assignment, I don't know. I just don't see that in our defense like I used to, and I think I'm going to go ahead and say that Alabama is going to cover, so I'm going to do it like something like 38-20, Bama. But I would just like maybe we hold off on the Ty and Jalen until the LSU game. But I just think that would be pretty cool if you saw that, and then let them figure out what we're doing. But anyway, I love the show.
Hey, thanks for calling in.
Every day.
Thank you, Bama.
Try to call in a bunch.
All right. I appreciate you, man. Thank you so much. I appreciate you. All right.
Bro.
That was Bama Greg with the call. Appreciate it. I appreciate you guys joining the show today. Kyle Henderson, Bama Football on YouTube. I was having fun with the sticks. It's always fun to come on Friday, letting the hair down a little bit. Jeff, what's up? I see your score prediction inside the comment box. If you guys could post your score prediction for me inside the comment box and your MVP, I would appreciate it. I hope you guys have fun. Look, this was stressful. That's why, because when I started streaming the games, they were all all of the games were stressful for me, and they all came down to the wire. I must have thrown, when I streamed the season, like 4 Hail Marys. It was crazy, and I was getting absolutely cooked in the secondary. This is before the season even started. I don't know. With that said, I did make the playoffs, and I did reach the championship game. Didn't bring home the ship, but it was still fun to play. And I appreciate you guys joining me. Remember, my show is also on Apple and Spotify. You can hang out with us on Alabama Crimson Tide on Facebook. I hope you have an amazing day. You know where I'm going next? What I'm feeling like? I think I'm going to go hit a Waysider. All right. I got the 3.5 miles in this morning. I'm feeling good. I think I might go to Waysider and enjoy myself some biscuits and some eggs. So that's where you catch me. And of course, as news happens right here on Bama Football on YouTube, I got you covered. Remember tomorrow, the watch along tomorrow. I'm going to be giving away, doing a giveaway tomorrow. No, it won't be a giveaway. It'll be kind of like a raffle. I'll explain details tomorrow on the raffle, but it'll be a Ryan Williams rookie card that I just got in. So that'll be on our giveaway tomorrow. Not a giveaway, it's a raffle. And I'll explain the details tomorrow, but I just got this in this morning. It is a Ryan Williams rookie card, and that'll be a raffle tomorrow. Details to follow in our pregame show before Alabama versus Missouri. get outside, enjoy yourself, go for a walk, do whatever you got. Patriot Life, what's up, man? See you inside the comment box. I appreciate you guys so much for joining me today. Please support all the other great content creators out there, all their YouTube channels, your recruiting websites, whatever it is. There's some amazing people out there covering the Alabama football team. Enjoy this beautiful thing called life. Oh, happy belated birthday to Coach Kalen DeBoer. His birthday was yesterday. He turns 50 years old. So one more time, coming to you from beautiful Hollywood, Alabama, Kyle Henderson, Bama Football on YouTube. I love you guys. I appreciate you guys. And see you guys soon. Kevin, you can find me on the next video, man. I appreciate you guys.